special episode of Replay the Glory Days, where we normally get to play some of our favorite and most nostalgic video games for the first time ever, but today we are doing things a little differently. I am your gaming guru, Tanuki. Alongside me is my novice player, Kyle, and alongside us is a very special guest, Kamren. Kamren, how are you?
I am doing awesome.
Woo!
So excited to be here. This is going to be a blast. I cannot wait to see what unfolds in this.
I am so happy. I mean, you are our first guest episode. This is the first episode where we have 3 people. I'm so excited to see how this goes. Cal, how are you feeling?
Dude, we're playing Half-Life 3.
No.
So excited. No, I'm so excited. I've never played a Zelda game other than the recent one that came out, Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of Wisdom.
You know what I mean? So, very cute games. I'm very excited to play one of the highest rating games from Metacritic.
How much of Echoes of Wisdom did you play?
Probably the 75% of it so far.
Oh, that's
Wow.
a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I enjoy that game, but it's very simple compared to a lot of the other Legend of Zelda games, especially this one. This one's pretty intense, and for good reasons. I mean, it's a great game. Kamren, you recommended us to play both Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How much of a fan are you of the Legend of Zelda series?
It's probably my favorite series of games of all time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I believe it.
I mean, that's like my introduction to video games was from my brother, who's older than me, and he was playing Nintendo 64, and I was 5 years old, 6 years old, and he's playing Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and 007, all these other games, right? So my introduction to games was Zelda, and just how deep the lore is, and the story behind everything, and the complexities to the dungeons and everything is just incredible.
Dude,
So this isn't an easy walkthrough. It's
you're walking into the 1998 versions of Elden Ring.
all right.
Like this is
Let the suffering begin. I love it.
It's good. I mean, it's still a Nintendo game. It's still made for children, but I mean, for 1998, I'm sorry, this is still a pretty intense game. And back then, we didn't have like the internet to look up the what to do and where to go.
Oh, no
Yeah.
YouTube.
No YouTube.
Oh,
like this
man.
was like, dude, I remember playing this game and just being stuck and just having to explore the world and get information from the NPCs and really figure out, and ultimately talking to friends and family who also play the game and for them to help me out, because it gets tricky.
I miss those times.
Yeah, they're good. So Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, was that your first Zelda game?
I would say so, yeah. I think it was that, and then immediately after Majora's Mask.
Yeah, and we'll definitely talk more about Majora's Mask on the next episode. It's a direct sequel, so it's hard to talk about those two games separately. They are very much one and each other. But let's really focus and dial in on Ocarina of Time.
Wait, real quick, Cam, what was your favorite one out of the two?
Ooh.
The sequel better or the...
So, as he was saying, Majora's Mask is a sequel to Ocarina of Time, so they kind of go hand in hand. And without going too much into it, I will say Majora's Mask is my favorite.
Wow.
Just because of the complexities of Majora's Mask.
Oh, joy.
So
the dungeons are not easy.
Yeah.
This is only fun.
So... Dang. Okay.
I know, there's a lot to talk about.
So Majora's Mask is just, it has a different feel, a different theme to it than Ocarina of Time does.
Okay.
And I guess I'll explain that a little later when we talk about Majora's Mask. But they are similar, same but different.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I totally understand what Cameron's saying. Kyle's giving me a look of auto confusion.
I'm so confused.
But I like Ocarina of Time better just because Majora's Mask stresses me out too much.
Yeah.
Because of that main mechanic, which we will talk about later in the next episode. There's so much more stress for Majora's Mask than there is in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
But boy...
Dear God.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Kyle. We'll get into it.
I'm here for it.
But with that being said, let's kind of get into the description of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I'm pulling this from Metacritic. This is just a direct summary, but after this, I'm going to pass it over to Kamren so that we can get his interpretation of the summary of that game. So, real quick, as a young boy, Link is tricked by Ganondorf, the king of the Gerudo Thieves. The evil human uses Link to gain access to the Sacred Realm, where he places his tainted hands on Triforce and transforms the beautiful Hyrulean landscape into a barren wasteland. Ooh.
Dang.
Link is determined to fix the problems he helped create, so with the help of Rayru, he travels through gathering the power of the Seven Sages. I struggle with that name.
Okay, so to be fair, in the games, they don't talk.
No, it's all text.
You read everything.
Oh, okay.
So some of the names, like, we don't really know what's right or wrong.
No.
Yeah. It's up to your own interpretation on how you read the word, I guess.
I think
I'm sure they have a right version, but
I think the biggest controversy that comes up a lot is the Skulltulas. I've always called them Skulltulas, but I think they're Scalantulas or something like that. Because it's tarantulas in the word.
Yeah.
But there's an S in front of it. I don't know. There's a lot of that. So, same thing. It's like, I recognize the name by reading it, but I've never said a lot of these words out loud, so I have no idea.
Exactly.
So all the NPCs, there's no, like...
There's no talking.
There's no talking.
Yeah,
That's
but it's all words. I mean, there's no... It's kind of like a staple to the Legend of Zelda series, is that everyone's kind of...
Mute.
You know, there's text bubbles, but no one actually talks. There's a lot of, hey-ah! You know?
Yeah.
But Kamren, give us a summary of the game. What do you got?
Ooh, okay. So, let me see what I want to get into here. Basically, the game's story switches between Link as a child and as an adult, with the world changing to reflect the 7-year time gap.
Ooh.
This dual perspective was a core part of the gameplay and story, and then the ocarina is essential for puzzles, warping to locations, altering time, and calling Epona, and changing the weather. And Epona is your horse.
Oh, I got a horse?
Yes.
Let's go.
So, like Kamren said, in this game, it's called Ocarina of Time. Can you guess why?
Water?
No.
Nah.
No. You use this ocarina, which is a musical instrument. It's like a flute. And if you play certain songs, you can change the weather, you can call your horse, and...
kind of like in Ghost, the flute.
Yeah, kind of, just like, yeah, exactly. But you can also use... there's a mechanic in the game where you travel through time. You can go into the future by 7 years.
Dang.
And so, as a kid, what you can do is you can make friends with this horse when it's just a pony, and then when you travel in the future 7 years later, the horse is... an adult, and it recognizes you from when you were a kid, and now it's your best friend, and now that's the horse that you use to travel the world, right?
You know in Assassin's Creed where you can pick your horse?
Yes.
Do you get to pick your horse?
No, but it's okay, because Epona is the perfect horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But there's a lot of things in the world that operate and is essential to that 7-year gap.
Yes.
For example, you can plant a bean in the ground when you're a child, and then travel through time 7 years, and if you go back to that spot, the bean has sprouted into like a vine or some sort of plant that you can use to get to a different section. So traveling 7 years in the future is very essential, and it helps solving certain puzzles. But not only that, you're also trying to defeat, the evil King Ganondorf.
So during the whole time you were playing the game, you always do that time skip. You're a kid, and then you do the time skip to an adult, and that's throughout the whole game.
You can do. It takes a little bit of time to get up to a point where you have the ability to time skip. But once you get that ability, you can go back and forth as you please. And like we said, there's certain puzzles and certain things and certain environments that you need to be an adult for to reach, or you need to be a child for to reach, or you need to be a child to talk to somebody and then go back into the future and talk to that same person.
Dear God.
And it's a lot. And
then also
puzzle.
You need to be a child to plant a certain tree or whatever to be able to do the time skip to then go in that area, because that's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, everything's affected by that time frame. Like, so, I mean, the people, everything in the environment is all affected throughout that time frame. So, like, it's, And then also, you brought up Ganondorf. one fact I had about it too is that this is the first Zelda title that you see Ganondorf in human form. Mm-hmm. The earlier titles before, you only saw him as the pig demon Ganon.
Ganon, yep. Ooh. So, Kyle, this is something that, like, I feel like is common knowledge, but of course you've only played one Legend of Zelda game. But all of these games, besides, like, some of them, like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, or a direct sequel, all the other games are not tied to each other. They are their own adventure, they are their own games, and in fact, they do not feature the same characters. It's not the same Link, it's not the same Zelda.
What?
Technically, Ganon is the same, and he's the only character that is true and comes back after you defeat him. But other than that, all of these characters are technically incarnations of previous versions of themselves.
Of Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you play as Link in a lot of these games, but it's not the same Link. It's a different Link, and typically it's like his ancestor was the last Link and stuff like that. But you're in an entirely different land. A lot of these games aren't connected to each other. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but they're not the same people.
Why?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know why. Kamren?
I don't know. Like, I didn't even think about that until you started talking about it right now, and once you started saying that, it occurred to me, like, yeah, it is always a totally different... Yeah, I don't know.
The game that you played, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, you play as the Princess Zelda. In this game, there is a Princess Zelda, but it's not the same Princess Zelda. It's a different Zelda. The names are the same, and she's still a princess, and they do look alike, but they're different characters, because this is a different time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I support it.
I think I imagine, especially in the early days, because Legend of Zelda has been around for many, many years. It's one of Nintendo's first video games. I imagine the point was so that they can always gain a new audience, because it's not like a direct sequel. You don't have to play the first Legend of Zelda game in order to play the newest Legend of Zelda game. You can just jump in at any time and any place. There's a lot of games out there. There's Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. That's its own standalone game. Legend of Zelda
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, that's its own standalone. Breath of the Wild has a sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, but besides that one and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, there's not that many other, like, you have to play this game before you play this game. Like, a lot of these games are...
You can just pick up.
You can just pick up at any time. Twilight Princess, you can just pick up. Skyward Sword, you can just pick up.
Dear God, how many Zelda games are there?
20?
What?
Yeah.
20-ish. But, like, they're all really good. I cannot think of a bad Legend of Zelda game. I think Skyward Sword was, when it first came out, was, like, really deemed as, like, the worst one, but...
For a studio to be able to, like, just keep cranking out...
Nintendo's good at what they do.
All those games, and they just be solid says a lot. That's incredible.
I mean, Nintendo does really good with that stuff. But, I mean, there's a lot of Mario games out there, and a lot of the Mario games are really good. So it's like, Legend of Zelda follows the same suit, where it's like a lot of these games are really iconic and for good reasons. I think it's like Nintendo's third largest, like, revenue, just under Pokemon and the Mario series. So this is a big deal. And of course, Metacritic rated it 99.
Which is brutal. Might as well just give it 100.
Yeah, totally. You might as well give it 100.
That's insane.
So, I mean, that's why we're doing it as a bonus episode. We already know what it ranked as, but... I want to talk about it because you don't have that experience, and I feel like this is a game that almost everybody who plays games has played.
Cam, I want to know some lore. No, you got some for us.
Yeah, let's get into those facts. Cameron, you said that you got some facts for us, and some of them are like lore facts, so I'm excited to hear them.
Okay, so Ocarina of Time introduced Z targeting on Nintendo 64, which allows players to lock onto enemies or NPCs. And this innovation influenced later games like Dark Souls, Kingdom Hearts, many different other things.
No way. They're the first.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I mean, for them to, like, not only have the creative mind to create the game and just how weird and interesting and complex that it is, but then to even go as far as being able to be like, adding Z targeting in, and then every other game that followed that using it is just incredible.
Yeah.
Because that's huge in the Dark Soul community.
Exactly.
Like,
I can't
imagine being in an Elden Ring trying to fight a boss And I'm
and
over
not
here,
being able to
I'm
talk to him.
swinging,
Yeah.
and I can't target them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this, like Kevin said, this is the first game to introduce something like that. And a lot of the games that we're playing that take place in like the early 90s, early 2000s, we're going to introduce a lot of mechanics that like were not common in video games. I mean, remember Halo? Sprinting wasn't a thing in Halo. Aiming down sights wasn't really a thing in Halo. Mm-hmm. So it's like there were games
that was non-existent.
That wasn't existent.
Unless you had a sniper rifle, that was it.
Yeah, so like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time introducing target lock-on that's in a lot of games now. So I think that's a really cool fact, honestly.
Yeah, I thought that was great. One thing I thought was interesting too is that early in development, Nintendo considered making it a first-person game, but they switched to third-person because they thought it would give you a better connection to Link.
That makes sense.
Right?
That's crazy that they even considered it. This is one of the first 3D Legend of Zelda games. I mean, the Nintendo 64 is a console that really introduced 3D graphics. You know, you had Super Mario 64, which is the first 3D game for Mario, and I think there's a Kirby 64, first 3D game for Kirby, and of course this is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64, so this is the first 3D Legend of Zelda game. In the past, the other Legend of Zelda games were just 2D, a flat sprite.
I think that'd be pretty cool if the studio went back to the original and just kept it the same, but did it as a first person.
I think there is a first-person Legend of Zelda spin-off game. I think it was for the Wii. It was like a crossbow training thing. I don't think it was crazy popular. And again, it wasn't like a full-fledged game. It was more like a spin-off mini-game where you can use the Wii remote because it has like motion controls and you can like shoot a crossbow. And I'm pretty sure that was all in first person, and that was not very successful. So I don't...
Probably just scratched it.
I think exactly. I think they kind of like tested it with that, and they're like, I just don't think it really works. I think Nintendo did the right thing and just made it, third person, because I can't imagine a first person Legend of Zelda game, honestly.
Yeah, I want to say that one was third person, but then when you would fight, I think it would go first person.
Or third person?
I really don't remember. I feel like I remember it kind of like zooming in. But I could be wrong.
Well, there's moments in Ocarina of Time where, like, if you're using the bow, if you're using your slingshot, it does go into first person. So there's definitely elements where they're like, they probably taken that from that idea and kept it in the game. But I can't imagine playing the whole game like that because there's the world's not set up like that. I mean, you can't control the camera either. There's no camera stick. You can only. You remember freaking hitting that button for the camera to like shift forward, and it's like, oh, this is how I see the world, and that's not great either.
Right. I'm interested to think just from hearing what we've said about it, what do you think the game's going to be about? Like, what do you expect to have happen in this game?
So I expect when I start playing, the first 10 minutes, I'm going to get stuck.
Probably.
I'm going to get stuck, but I think I'm going to fall in love with the world.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I'm excited to see because it's 26 years old, so I'm really excited to see how it stands up to now, the video games now, with graphics and just overall, it's just kind of the controls. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm really gonna fall in love with the world, especially because the Metacritic gave it such a high rating. You know what I mean? And already the lore behind it, is very intriguing. I really hope I enjoy and love the game. I know it would crush y'all, but it would also crush me if it's not my thing and it's like I don't really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But being able to play with all you guys, I think it's gonna be even better for the experience. But I'm really excited to start it up. All right, Kyle, here's the control, and then, 5 minutes in, I'm like, where's my horse? I'm lost,
dude. I've been playing it for a little bit just so I can kind of be prepared for this episode. And there is a period of time, like 10 minutes, just like you said, where it's like, man, the graphics are a little rough, the controls are a little rough, but
that's to be expected. So I'm gonna have some grace with that.
But I've played and beaten this game dozens and dozens of times, especially being a kid with limited access to video games as a whole. This is a great game to spend many, many, many hours in. I mean, it takes about 20, 25 hours to beat the main game, but if you're gonna go out and do everything, you can easily spend 40, 50, maybe even 60 hours, finding all the Skulltulas, the golden Skulltulas, doing all the side quests, passing out all the masks. There's a lot of world building in this game and a lot of secrets that you either learn or back then you couldn't look up, so you just kind of...
You gotta figure it out.
You just figure it out, man.
Oh, by word of mouth. That's very neat.
This is a huge, playground game.
Yeah.
And playground game is a game that I describe as, on school days, you would go to the playground and you would talk about, hey, did you find this great fairy? How did you unlock that? Or how did you bomb this door? Or even Pokemon is a playground game where it's like, hey, did you know that if you trade this Pokemon with this guy, he gives you a Ditto or something? It's like that. Those are good games. And
I want to ask both of y'all, so because y'all both beat the game probably multiple times, what's one of your favorite side quests of the whole game?
Wow,
if you had to pick one.
I think the one that sticks out to me the most, and it's a really simple one, it's a really quick one. I hope this is in Ocarina of Time and I'm not misremembering Majora's Mask, but you're supposed to get all these chickens together and you play a song and the chickens start following you behind you, and they start as little chicks and then they grow up into big roosters and stuff, and it's just a cute thing. And I don't know why that's the first side quest that pops into my head, but that's my answer, I guess.
Dude, I don't have an answer for that. I really don't. It's been so long since I played it. I don't think I could just narrow it down to a side quest.
I'd love to know, when was the last time you played Ocarina of Time?
Shoot. I mean, maybe back in the early 2000s. I don't think I've... now that we have Switches and they've remastered things and added them on there, I'm gonna add them on my Switch and play them. But it's definitely been 20 years.
So is there a remastered version of what we're playing?
I was just about to bring it up. So there's only one remastered, and it is only on the Nintendo 3DS. Kamren, did you ever own a Nintendo 3DS?
I did.
Yeah. Did you have Ocarina of Time on there?
I did not.
That was a great way to play because they did a great job. It's very much 1-to-1, but the graphics are significantly better. There's a lot of quality of life choices, like being able to pull up the ocarina and not having to equip it in order to play.
But they have emulators now, right?
So there are emulators, Switch. And that's what's on the Switch, and that is the version that we are playing. It's the emulated version. So
of the remastered?
No.
So we're playing the OG.
We're playing the OG one. So it is definitely gonna look and feel like a game that came out in 1998. I mean, which is already significantly better than a lot of games that came out that year, because it's a great game. It definitely still holds up, but it is definitely going to be a little rough. You're going to notice that first off. But the 3DS version is better, but that's a tiny screen. We're not going to, all huddle behind each other and watch each other play that. So,
do you guys know how many dungeons are in the game?
Typically, in a lot of Legend of Zelda games, there's 8 dungeons total. Okay. For Ocarina of Time, I don't know exactly. I think there's 11, maybe 12. I could be wrong, because there's 8 sages, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's the first 3 dungeons, and then there's a secret, graveyard dungeon. Ooh. So I want to say 12 off the top of my head. Are you looking it up right now?
I am looking it up.
Yes.
So I see that it has 9 main dungeons. Uh-huh. So there's 3 child Link dungeons,
right?
5 adult Link dungeons, and then 1 final dungeon.
Okay.
But then there's a few mini dungeons like the Ice Cavern and Bottom of the Well. So that would be 11 then.
Woo! I was pretty close.
Tanner.
I was pretty good. I know that Majora's Mask has only 6. Majora's Mask is a very small game compared to Ocarina of Time.
I think it's 4.
Is it 4?
4 main ones at least.
Yeah.
There might be 2 other little ones, but I think it's 4 main ones.
There's a huge reason on why that is. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm gonna save it for the next episode.
You freaking animal.
I mean, why talk about Majora's Mask when there's so much more to talk about Ocarina of Time, right?
Right.
It's just such a good game, and I do hope that you enjoy it, but this is your first impression of it. I'm so curious.
We're gonna go down the line. Cam, what are the 3... Give me 3 good attributes about this game.
3 good attributes? So for me, number one, first and foremost, it's just nostalgic.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, that was my introduction to gaming. It was like Zelda, and then I got a Game Boy and was playing Pokemon. So like
Game Boy.
Nintendo was my dad.
You know what I mean? Nintendo was my dad.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the title of the episode.
Awesome.
I love that.
Like, I mean, that's it. So it first and foremost, it was just nostalgic. But the things that stick out the most is it's very just puzzle based. I mean, like you have to think about what you're doing to get through the game. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like, and I'm not talking down on like any other game, but like it's not like, you know, Halo or Call of Duty or whatever. It's like where it's just like, oh, you just follow what they're telling you to do. It's like, no, you have a temple, and if you push this button, this is gonna move, but it's gonna move this over here too. And then if you click that, you know, like it's all just puzzles. So like you have to think your way through. Those are my top two things. What about you?
I mean, without repeating what you said, I think the world is just, it's such a beautiful fantasy world that is different from, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, you know, a lot of the other bigger fantasy games. Like, it's still in that realm. There's technically dragons in Legend of Zelda, there's elves in Legend of Zelda, but it's different enough.
Fairies.
There's fairies in Legend of Zelda, but it's different enough where it owns that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's new creatures like the Gorons, the Zorons, the Gerudos. I love creatures. You know, I love monster horror movies and stuff. And
Weapons, best horror movie.
No, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, have you seen Weapons?
Wait, you guys both watched it?
Yeah, did you like it?
Okay, hold on, pause real quick. Okay, so
I was cocked and loaded. I was about to go off.
So don't spoil it yet, because I was with my wife and our friend Jason, and we were gonna watch it. I had work in the morning, and you guys know I wake up at 3 a.m. to go to work, so I already was like tired at this point. And I was like, you guys can put it on. I am 110% gonna fall asleep. So I fell asleep in the first like 15 minutes. So I have not watched it yet.
Okay.
But did you guys like it or not like it?
Absolutely not.
No?
All right. Fucking trash.
Whoa! Yeah, I didn't like it either. I mean, it's pretty not great.
Oh, damn.
Which is crazy, because it is so highly reviewed, and I'm afraid that people are going to listen to this and be like, oh, we don't trust these guys now.
Like, all these movies are getting such high reviews, and it's like, you all go back at least 10 years and watch some of the OG movies. Like, these movies are horrible.
What was it about it that was just so, like, trash?
It had this, without spoiling it, because it is still a relatively newer movie, so I don't want to, like, really give away, like, the main plot, especially since you haven't seen it. But there is a format of this movie where you follow a character, one of the actors, and it kind of, events happen to that character, and some of it doesn't make sense, and then, you know, it gets to a certain point, and then the movie goes back in time and follows a different actor, and it goes through, and then it does it again, and it does it like 4 or 5 times.
But I love that. That was a very unique
But it just
movie.
wasn't executed in the right way.
The premise was pretty cool. You know what I mean? It had a lot of potential. The execution, the acting was just absolutely horrible. If they actually took more time, it easily could have been one of the best horror movies of 2025. Especially with that premise of the different perspective and going back in time, because it had some really great potential. It was just trash. The execution was just not there. It's very sad.
It was a slow build up. There was a point like right in the middle of the movie where you were like, "Oh, I understand what's happening. Like I'm ready for, like, I get what they're doing. I'm back into it." And then like it drags and nothing really happens, and even like the exciting bits, like the shocking moments, are like, you know, I'm already kind of like.
But if you know, Naruto run.
If you know. I definitely saw that. That was early on.
It's a shame, because it was rated highly, and man, I don't know, it just didn't hit. Smile and Smile 2 are still probably one of my favorite movies.
I loved that.
Yeah,
man.
Those are great movies.
Fire. Yeah.
Oh my god, like
10 out of 10. Those are great.
I guess they are making a third. Is that?
I hope so. I really hope so.
But I feel like for the third, it has to be like a worldwide event, because
Spoiler alert.
right? Because,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. But it's like because at the end, if you're listening, skip this part.
I don't know about that one. It's still kind of a new-ish movie.
All
I mean, it
right.
came out, 2023?
You're living under a rock if you haven't seen Smells.
If you haven't watched those movies, you definitely have to watch those movies. If you love horror, I think those are some of the best horror movies of the last 10, 15
Dude, they're
years.
amazing. And I remember I was literally with my wife, we were looking for a movie to watch, and I saw it, and I was like, this is either going to be super cheesy or super good. Fuck it, we'll try it. And we threw it on, and we watched that first one, and it was so good. Immediately watched the second one.
Yeah,
And I was just like, oh my god,
Dude,
it's so good.
My wife and I were just like, let's watch a movie. We saw Smile, and we're like, oh, this is kind of interesting. We watched it, and we were just like, this is one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
Like, it's so up there. And then the sequel, we saw it in the theater. Holy
That was good.
cow. That was so good.
Seeing it on the big screen was sick.
Oh
With
my
that
God.
surround sound?
It's
Oh, my
loud, and it's just, that was the best way to watch it.
But you know what's
And-
crazy is Tanner recently got a new TV, and his TV is like, fuck the movie theater, bro. Like, no, like I can see the pores, the sweat, the skin, the wrinkles on his TV. It is like once you get that kind of TV, I don't want to.
I got the OLED LG TV, and it's just like
Dang.
big difference. What a great TV to have, and I'd love to rewatch Smile because that would be a great movie to watch it on.
Maybe we watch Smile while we play Ocarina of Time.
Ooh, we could.
Right.
So, speaking of Ocarina of Time, and you got any other fun facts or lores or anything that you want to say before we kind of jump to the next section here?
No, I think I definitely want to have him play and then
Really get into it.
and then get into the
Yeah.
lore and kind of
Oh,
see what his perspective was on things that happened,
Cheer.
and then kind of go into what I've seen, like the creators say about certain things.
No?
woo! I'm excited. Let's go.
How far would you want Kyle to play? Because this is, I mean, again,
For the show purposes,
for the show purposes,
for
yeah.
show purposes?
Like, at what point will you be like, okay, we reached this point. This would be a good time to stop and go do the second half of the episode.
That's rough.
Because that's a
Where
question
did
that's
you-
always in my head.
Like, tell Cam, where did you stop at? Because you did 5 hours in, so maybe
Yeah.
you can go from
Oh yeah,
there
you're
too.
playing right now. Where,
So I've been, like I said, I played a couple hours before the episode just so that I can kind of refresh and kind of get an idea. Because it's been a while since I last played Ocarina of Time as well. Last time I played was on the 3DS, however long ago that was.
You know what? Actually, not to cut you off, sorry.
No,
but
no.
there was one fact that I saw about it too, is that this is one of the most. How do I want to word this? Like, as far as like, how you can speed run through a game. Like,
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
this game has a glitch in it that a lot of people have found, and you can technically beat the game in under 7 minutes.
Oh yeah,
What?
There's a lot. I mean, Nintendo 64 was a console that was notorious for a lot of like skipping.
Dude, before we do the second part, I would love to watch that 7-minute video.
So, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is you could whatever we say. Let's say you go 25% into the game, and then maybe you can run some of those glitches and beat it in 7 minutes. So you
and
can
we
kinda
we
get an
can we
idea.
can get to the last dungeon at least.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know about that.
We can try.
We can try. We'll look it up. We'll look it
Yeah,
up.
we'll look it up because I don't know.
Oh,
what
I
that
love
means
it. Let's
exactly.
go.
But
Just an idea.
to answer the question, I played as far as I'm at the entrance of. I just got into Jabu Jabu's belly, so
Okay.
that's technically the third dungeon of the game. That's where I'm at. So that's a. I don't know.
I think realistically, to get an idea of the game, you don't need to go too far into it. Like, you don't need to beat it to know if you're gonna like it or not.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is always first impressions.
Yeah.
Like, the charm of the show is.
Yeah.
We're not really here rating the game as a whole. We're just getting Kyle's impression as
Yeah.
someone who's never played or experienced any of these games.
So I guess another question, like, of course we're gonna play the beginning for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to play the beginning for a little bit until we get to the part kind of where Tanner's at, or play the beginning, stop, pick up where Tanner left off, and then go from there?
Honest, like I'd hate to skip such like core moments, like meeting the princess for the first time, because that sticks out to me a lot. The Gorons are like one of my favorite like creatures of the game.
Yeah, I love.
But I mean, for time reasons, I don't know. We'll kind of we'll see how you feel after the first dungeon, because the first dungeon is super quick and easy.
Yeah.
So we'll just do that, and then we'll
Sweet.
kind of go from there. If you want to play, it's not like a crazy long. We're saving maybe an hour, but I would like to get to the Master Sword. I want to get to that thing right there.
Yeah.
On the wall.
I want to get to that guy right there. The Master Sword, the Hylian shield.
Yeah.
We got to get those.
But in a general sense, play the whole game.
Whole game, yeah.
Play the whole game.
Yeah.
Just
Honestly,
in general.
yeah.
I mean, however much we play, I guess, to go through the first dungeon, get Master Sword, come back, and we can talk about it. But after the fact, you should definitely beat the game.
Yeah. Sweet.
Before we do Majora's Mask episode, I want you to beat the
Beat the game. So, well, normally on normal episodes, what we usually do is we have Kyle give us a prediction on his score of the game. But of course, we all know what Metacritic has for Ocarina of Time. It's going to be a 99. So instead of doing that, what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you guys write down your prediction for the game on an index card. And then I want you guys to guess what the other person has given it. And at the end of the episode, we will reveal what you guys wrote down, and we'll see how close you guys are from each other, and we'll see if you guys change or want to change your initial score after playing it for a little bit here. So before we go, you guys have any final thoughts? Woo!
Dude, I'm so excited.
That's your final thought. Woo!
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Cameron, you excited?
I'm super excited.
I'm super excited. This is gonna be so much fun.
I got goosebumps.
Well, Cameron, thank you for joining us on the first episode, the first guest episode for the first half of the episode.
It has been an honor.
It has been an absolute honor. Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
for having me. This is amazing. I can't wait to nerd out in the second part.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for the lore, man.
Please,
I'm here for it.
If you're listening, don't go anywhere. We will be right back. But in the meantime, go ahead and like this episode. Subscribe to us if you haven't already. And share this out to everybody who loves The Legend of Zelda. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube.
Good job, Tanner. You got it.
And if you want to send us some fun facts from Ocarina of Time, or your impression of Ocarina of Time, or anything about Ocarina of Time, anything about Legend of Zelda, anything about nostalgic video games, you can go into the description of any of our episodes, and there is going to be a link there that you can send us a direct message. So please, please, please do that. And we will see you soon.
Bye.
We're going to go play Legend of Zelda. Bye, everybody.
Bye, please.
Alrighty, and we are back after playing. Does anybody know how long we've been playing Legend of Zelda?
4 hours.
4 hours, Cameron?
3.5.
We started at like 12.
I'd say 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours?
Okay.
Yeah.
We did pretty good. I mean, we did time skip a little bit. We, I played. We talked about it. I played a little bit before the start of the show, just to kind of get familiar with it. What we did do is, Kyle. Well, actually, hey, Kyle, why don't you explain to us what you played?
So, we played a game. No, I'm kidding. So pretty much we started in the beginning. You're a child, you know what I mean? And you're in your little freaking, where you start, you wake up from your bed, you know what I mean? We had to get coins to buy a shield, you know what I mean?
Coins.
Yeah. Or
Rupees.
right? And then we go in, you know what I mean? We get a sword and we start discovering. It's pretty cool, man. It's a very open world.
Very.
We go to the first dungeon.
Yes.
And the puzzles are no joke.
Yes. Yeah, no kidding.
I would have been lost on the first 10 minutes. I called it. First 10 minutes.
With that though, I want to give you kudos because I remember as soon as we got in there was a part where you were like, what if you light your stick on fire? And I was like, this fucking guy's getting it.
and that's
that torch is dead. We probably should light that.
And
up.
I was quiet like the whole time.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just want you guys to organically do this, and
Yeah.
you guys absolutely did. Like there was some moments when you're like, I just don't know what to do, but like that's the core of the game. That's 100% the experience that all of us had was just like logically figuring out how to do all this stuff.
Dude, for the game coming out in 1996 is
1998
is very impressive.
100, yeah.
Like, I mean, 10 out of 10. What a great it was such a blast, and the graphics took a little to get used to, but once you did, it was just a vibe.
Yeah,
So much
exactly.
fun, and then I mean, I can see why the critics gave it such a high score, because one, just the first dungeon, the puzzles, the boss was really freaking sick. Then we made it to the second dungeon. The puzzles on that one, that was insane. I would have been frustrated. You're inside the fish's mouth. Oh man, that was
Kind of different, huh?
Yeah. it was just kind of psychedelic a little bit too. It was like breathing a little bit, and it was just a great game, and I can see why. But the lore behind it, like you guys were sharing, Cam, you were sharing as we were playing, some of the lore behind, Zelda. It was very interesting.
It's definitely like the world itself is definitely one of the biggest reasons why this game and this series is so popular, because it's just, I don't know, man.
Nintendo killed it.
They killed it, dude. Like, there's no better way to explain it. But I know, Kamren, as a big fan of the show, or a big fan of the game, I should say, you got a couple of additional notes and facts that you want to share on the second half. Now that Kyle has experienced a decent portion. A decent portion.
I mean, we can't do 25 hours, but that's not what this podcast is all about.
Yeah, we did. I do want to tell people at home, we did get the Master Sword. We did meet Sheik. And we did travel into the future 7 years, and we got the hook shot. And that's basically where we stopped.
Poor Zelda, dude, stuck for 7 years. He lost 7 years of his life because he couldn't...
Don't do that. You can't do that.
I'm sorry.
You gotta stop doing that.
I know, but like, poor Link, dude. He's stuck for 7 years, and then because he couldn't hold the sword because he's not an adult, which makes so much sense. But bro, that guy lost 7 years of his life.
It's a really cool video game concept.
That was brutal, yeah.
But Cameron, what's your thoughts, man?
Dude, that's a loaded question. I mean, it really is crazy because it sets it into perspective when you think about it like that. That he's literally just told one day as a child by this tree god that, hey, you're the chosen one and you're going to have to save the world. And he goes and finds a sword. And the sword is like, well, you're the chosen one, but you can't wield me until you're an adult. And you just lose 7 years of your life.
And you come back, and it's just the world's completely different.
Yeah.
This beautiful village, the kids, the adults, the dog, and everyone's zombies.
Yeah, that's cool.
Man, that was brutal.
I mean, it's.
I never saw the dog again. What happened to the dog?
Dog's probably not anymore.
Dog caught strays, man. It's just, it hurt.
Especially as a kid playing this game. I mean, it was just like, it looks silly now, but when you're a kid, it's like, oh my god, everyone's dead.
It's a great concept, though. The time skip and being able to go back as an adult to a kid. But the one thing I want to tell the audience is, dude, the riddle, the flute.
Oh, the ocarina.
You had to back then. You can't take a screenshot. You can't. Oh, let me pull my phone and take a picture of it. You better remember it or have a pen and paper in hand. Because if not, you better go to the playground and ask Jim. Yeah. Hey, buddy, do you remember?
Dude, do you remember the Zelda's Lullaby? I don't know, dude.
Props to you. I didn't cut you off, but props to you. You remembered it. You're like, give me a sec. Dude,
it just sticks with you. It's part of that nostalgic charm. Yeah. I'm sure if I don't know if Kamren, you had an opportunity to just kind of really test the ocarina, but it came back to you.
Yeah.
It's just something that you know.
And I think we talked about it too while we were playing, that a lot of it's only 3, maybe 4 different notes.
So it's not too hard to replicate.
Yeah, it'd be downright A.
But if you weren't paying attention,
exactly.
If your mom came in and was like, "Why isn't your room clean?"
Shut up! Let's sing a song.
No, now you're stuck.
But yeah, man, the lore for Ocarina of Time is just crazy, and it really set the precedent for the following games as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of the future Zelda games are very much similar.
Dude, it's a mini Dark Soul game.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So going with that, what were some of your favorite? You only played 3 dungeons. What was your favorite dungeon master?
Ooh,
probably the dragon.
Dragon's cool.
Having to throw the bomb
in his mouth.
Yeah. That was pretty sick.
It's cute. It's. I say cute, but it's
no.
There's something about it, man. It's charming.
I take that back because he was pretty simple.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, you can kind of roll out, get behind him. I say the third boss. The one that I don't know what you want to call it. That one killed me 3 times. He was frustrated, and then Cam was like, "Dude, you gotta hit his little freaking acid little tentacles that he's spitting acid at you," and then we finally killed the dude. That was just so unique and cool.
It is unique.
The mini bosses too before the big boss is that's Dark Souls 101, man.
Because I think that's what made him harder too, is because you had the main boss, which was him, but then his little whatever they were, the little things that shot the acid at you. Mm-hmm. Like it was like little mini bosses with the main boss.
And they had like 4 or 5 of them, so you had to hit all 5, and then he does another stage, and it's just like, bro.
It's a lot. I mean, it's funny as you're explaining it, because this is something that's just so ingrained in my brain as a kid who's played this so many times. For you to explain it, playing it for the first time, is probably how I felt playing it for the first time when I was like 10, 13, you know? Yeah.
So if I had to name like 3 things that I liked about the game, surprisingly, the graphics.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, because it's just a vibe.
I can't argue with that.
It just brings you back to be a kid, and it's like, it's still beautiful, especially when it came out over 20 plus years ago. You know what I mean? So it's like 10 out of 10 on that. The graphics, the lore behind the whole game is just, and then the execution with how they did everything is just, I mean, 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. I want to piggyback on that and say that, like, even though it's an older game and the graphics are like not as great, it was so ahead of its time at that time that even though it came out in 98, I think it was so ahead of the time that it almost balanced out. It made it seem like it came out in 2010.
I mean,
yeah, I would agree.
Like, playing it now, like, the graphics are noticeable, the controls are noticeable, but like 10 minutes in, it was like, you know, it's like you're right back into it. And like you said, it's a vibe. It adds to the challenge and the charm of the game. Like, and it's not in a negative way.
Not being able to control the camera was probably one of the biggest things. Like, okay, this is an older game, but if you told me, hey, we came out with this game in 2020 and it's a retro game, it's going to be back like the cloud, I would believe it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because the storyline is just, the attention to detail, very meticulous. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
It's definitely a game I would want to finish.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's fun, dude. I tell you what, like,
dude, a horse is fire.
Kona, hell yeah.
You mean torrent? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, basically, right?
Dude, fire horse.
It's funny how similar these two games are, but like, hey man, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just so good. It's so charming, and I'm so happy to hear that you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was very surprised because I was never a big Link. I got it.
There you go.
Because I just played Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was it's a cute game.
It's different. It's different though. Yeah. It's not like this one.
Absolutely not. No. But it was so much fun having a shield and a sword. I'm a sucker for it. And then just playing with y'all was a great time.
Yeah, and we barely scratched the surface of Ocarina of Time. Like, there's so much more, so many more characters, so many more, like, puzzles and different bosses, of course. But I do want to take this opportunity, and I know Cameron's thinking the exact same thing. I want to talk about Sheik. That character that you saw.
Oh, yeah, he's very mysterious.
Very mysterious. What are your thoughts?
He's pretty chill.
Pretty chill?
Seems like a good guy, but I feel like you're looking at me. He's probably bad.
No. So, I mean, this is a spoiler. Massive spoiler. Probably the biggest spoiler since...
Is he my father?
So it's funny that you say that.
No. Okay.
But like, in terms of like the biggest spoilers of all time, right? There's Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father, right? There's
really
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh, that's
right?
brutal.
Big spoiler. Sheik is Zelda.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
In the future?
Yeah.
So what time gap? So like
7 years.
7 years.
But
so
that
remember,
makes no.
So no. Okay, so
fucking
pause.
sense.
Remember when you see Link as a kid and she's getting taken away?
Yeah.
And she throws the ocarina. Okay. So after that, you get the ocarina. Now you can go 7 years in the future. You get the Master Sword, all that. Now you're 7 years in the future. This is Zelda. She's Sheik. She just wears that thing over. That's why you can only see, like, you know, eyes and the hair.
Yeah.
Wait, so that mysterious person is Zeke?
No, that
Sheik. Sheik.
Yeah, that mysterious person is Sheik.
You said Zelda.
But she is Zelda.
But Sheik is Zelda.
Sheik is Zelda.
What?
Yeah, she's hiding from Ganondorf because Ganondorf is looking for her.
Yeah. Because remember, going back into the lore... The Triforce.
That's a girl, not a guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When Ganondorf took over, the Triforce got split into 3 because of his evil nature.
So he has one currently.
Yes.
And then literally 5 feet from him is a second piece.
Yes.
But so why didn't she give him the second piece? So now he has 2.
Well, why?
Who?
To give Link.
Well, I don't. It's not necessarily up to like the Triforce is a sacred artifact. It chooses what it wants to do.
Oh, okay.
You don't get to decide, I want that piece. That's why Ganondorf got the what was it, the strength
Power.
one, the power.
the power.
And then Link got courage, Zelda got wisdom.
Damn.
So it got split up into those 3.
So it's not like the stones where you can give the stone.
Yeah, it's not like a physical thing. It's more of like
something that's in you.
Spiritual.
Yeah,
exactly.
essentially like with the
Ooh.
Master Sword, like how I told you it's similar to Thor's hammer. Where
Yeah.
only the chosen one can get it.
I can't.
Yeah.
You were about to pick up the sword. I was like, no, I want to pick it up.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And that's the thing.
Dang.
Ganon is looking for Zelda, and so that's why Zelda has gone into this alter ego of Sheik. And throughout the whole game, as you're like trying to, get into more dungeons and solve more
Save
puzzles,
the sages.
and save the sages, Sheik shows up and helps you, but still stays back because
Yeah.
this is your destiny. You are
Yeah.
the hero of time. You need to do these
But
things.
Zelda is still a princess.
But Zelda is still a princess, but she's
just a dyke now.
She doesn't want to reveal. She doesn't want to reveal that she's Zelda until you save all the sages, and then she's like, "Look!" And then she shows that she's Zelda.
That's so cool.
And then at that moment, Ganon takes Zelda, and then he has 2 of the Triforces.
Yeah.
And
why
then-
did Zelda show herself?
Because after you got all the sages,
Zelda
she's
trusts
like,
you also.
I trust you now. You can use this power to defeat Ganon.
But then
Let's
Ganon
do it.
comes
And
up
then
and
Ganon,
captures her.
And then at that point, that's when you're at the end game. That's when you fight Ganon and you
Yeah.
save Hyrule and you stab him right in the freaking brains,
Yeah.
dude. It's so
No
cool.
way.
Oh, it's
That's
like
sick.
it's great, dude.
Like
It's-
sword in the mouth, bite
yeah.
on this. Like,
Oh, it's perfect,
love
dude.
it.
It's so great. And then, Ganon dies and you save the world. And the princess is like, you've done so much for this kingdom, but I'm going to give you your childhood back. And so she, I don't know exactly how, through mystical powers or whatever, she puts you back as a
kid.
child, but no one remembers the heroic deeds that you've done because that was all in the future that
Yeah.
never happened.
Bro, but if I was already as an adult,
Yeah.
I don't want to go back as a kid.
Yep.
No
Yeah.
way. I want to
But also at the same sense, remember, you missed 7 years of your life.
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's just perspective,
I mean, no,
Move on, brother.
I agree with Kyle.
I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying, hey, that's
When I beat the game and that was the ending, I was like, no, what are you doing? Like, I'm already an adult. We're the same age.
Yeah,
like,
no.
let me be king. But nah, the game ends as you as a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's your childhood back. And I'm like,
That's brutal.
"Ah!
That's
I lost everything.
crazy.
Yeah, I know.
It's also cool to keep in mind too the thing with Ganondorf about how when you see Zelda getting taken away and she throws Ocarina to you and you meet Ganondorf for the first time,
You get blasted.
and you're talking to him and he's like, "Oh, I like your style," and do you know who I am and whatever, right? And then later when you see Link grab the sword and he's like, "I knew you were the chosen one," right? He knew that was going to be you. Right, that you were the chosen one. You were gonna get the sword.
When
But he
Link
utilized
saw
that.
him for the first time,
Yeah.
Gandalf already knew.
Yeah, Ganondorf. Yeah,
Ganondorf is
Yeah.
smart. He's
So
one of those
he
smart
was
villains.
he was smart and cunning, and he utilized that to say because he knew you were a child, you weren't going to be able to wield it. So he knew you're the chosen one, but hey, I'm going to utilize that time that you're going to get
To take
taken
over the
away
world.
to take over.
Wow, he's playing chess,
So
and we're over
good.
here playing
So
checkers.
He
man.
could have tried to kill you or fight you right then, but he said, you know what? I'll wait till you're fucking disappeared, and then I'll take over, and then I'll deal with you
Damn.
later.
Yeah.
But it would have been better if he just killed Link, because then
If
you
he
would
could
have.
have.
Yeah,
But he's a kid.
But Link was the only person who was able to open the sacred realm.
Exactly.
And he needed that sword.
He needed
Yes.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, the
Dude,
lore.
So it was-
it's good, isn't
yeah.
it?
Dude, they didn't just bust this game out like take a couple hits of the joint and we just
Yeah.
bust this. No, they thought about this. They really this took
It's
time
a
and
great
planning.
game.
Yeah, it was very well thought through and just
Oh
how
man,
smart and cunning he
masterpiece,
is.
one of its kind.
Yeah. This is also one of the few games that, especially during its time, once you beat this game, it unlocks New Game Plus, which is
What?
Yeah.
First time ever?
first time ever.
No way.
It's not called New Game Plus. In this game, it's called Master Crest. And what the changes are is that the enemies do more damage, as well as the entire world is flipped. So instead of turning right into the castle after you leave the forest, it's on the left-hand side instead.
Okay.
Not a big
But
difference.
do you get to keep like all the weapons you already have?
It's you start all over again. But it's hey, after you beat the game,
It's kind of like a New Game Plus.
it's kind of like New Game Plus. I mean, it's
50-50.
It's take it or leave it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the game, man. I mean, should we? I got your guys' scores here. I haven't looked at it just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and take a peek right now. While I'm looking, how do you guys feel about your scores? Do you want to change it? Like, what are your thoughts here?
I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna wait.
I'm gonna let it build.
You're gonna build up, Cameron.
What does that mean?
I don't know either.
So you might change it, you might not?
Yeah, might not, yeah.
Okay.
I'm 50-50.
So, I mean, I'm cool with mine. I can... Go ahead. Actually, go ahead.
Okay, so Cam, you're good with your number.
I'm totally good
You're
with my
good with your
number.
number. Kyle, are you good with your personal number?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait.
You don't know. Okay. Are you good with your guess on what Cameron's gonna give it?
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
Okay. All right. Should I just... I mean, I'm going to reveal them. So, Kyle, if you're going to change it, now's the time.
No, I'm not changing. I'm locking it in.
You're locking it in with the number that you gave it.
Correct.
For yourself?
For myself, yes.
Okay. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm very impressed. You guys both got it right.
No way!
You guys, Kyle, you wrote down 95 as your score. Cameron, you guessed that Kyle was going to get a
fire!
Cameron, you gave the game 100%. 100
So,
points.
honestly, I thought I gave the game a 97. Honest opinion.
You just forgot?
Yeah, I
forgot?
thought it was a 97, but now I remember, I was like, no, like, you know what, I'm going to do a 95 because of the graphics, but I really fell in love with the whole universe. Mm-hmm. But 95 is still solid.
Dude, and you know what? So...
I'm going to keep it.
I 100...
Just because we just matched.
Yeah, that's fine.
I 100% said
Kyle would fuck Metacritic. Yeah.
So I said Kyle will give it a 95, and I specifically did that because I was like, I think he'll enjoy the game for what it is, but I think because of the graphics and the way the game is played, it's a little older, I think that will be a deterrent. Mm-hmm. So I think that might bring him down some points, so he'll probably say 95. And then I said, fuck Metacritic, it's 100.
100.
See,
yeah, I agree.
I love like your reasoning behind my score, but the reason I gave it a 95 was because like I don't want to give a game 100 because I've only played so many few games. I know that's
every time you say that, it's like episode 2.
I learned from the first season. It's like there's just so many games out there that. You know what I mean? 100 just... like, I would have to go back after the 4th or 5th season and be like, you know what? No, that game actually deserves 100. Because I just do not have that video game experience to be like, hey, I played 1,000 games. I know that's 100. So, I don't think in this second season I'm going to be giving any game 100.
Oh, hey, you know what? There's a lot of games on this list here.
I think the way I see it is like, if I'm rating a game and I'm like, okay, well... While I played it, was there anything about it that I didn't like, or was there anything about it that while I was playing I didn't enjoy? And
then it's 100.
That's when I can say there's no point in the game when I'm playing Zelda ever that I'm like, I'm not enjoying this right now.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning, it starts off slow. Even then, I'm like, whatever. I'll walk through the grass and grab some rubies. Whatever. Like I still enjoy that.
There's. I think this is the perfect score. I think 95 for Kyle and 100 for us. 100%. 5 points for nostalgia that exists. Yeah. You know, this game is something that Kamren and I played when we were kids, and playing again, you know, 20 plus years later, it's like it's hard not to look at this game and just be overjoyed.
But even let's say if you're not a big fan of the graphics, the lore behind it, that's an extra 8-10 points, and then just the puzzles alone is an extra 10 points.
I think
so. If you gave it an 80 and the graphics sucked, just that alone deserves 100.
Yeah. I think if you've never played Ocarina of Time, it's still a game that I think anyone can play. Just like how Halo is a game that, you know, it's Halo 1 is a must-play.
You can play with your kids.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Halo 2 is where it's at, but hey, you gotta play the first one. You have to play the first
My kids are gonna play this game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. God, I hope my kids play this game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just a fantastic game. There's 100, 95, 110. I mean,
I cannot believe that
I can't believe you guys
like
really nailed it.
We're not making it up. It's legit.
You guys really nailed each other. 95, 100.
That's so funny.
That's it, man. I mean, I can't argue with it. I wasn't expecting it to go so perfectly, but here we are.
Dang.
I mean, that's gonna be it.
Do y'all have anything negative at all to say about, even if it's just a little critique, anything?
Just like the graphics and controls, but it takes 10 minutes for you to get used to it. You know what I mean? And
even with that, I don't think it's fair to give that
no,
because
and it's
it
not.
came out in 98.
And that's why it's like that's why I give it 100, because like why would I critique that? Why would I criticize a game for not being better when it was doing the best at that time?
It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. It's such a masterpiece.
What a great bonus episode.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm a big fan.
Well, that's going to do it for this bonus episode.
I'm excited to play the sequel.
I do want to thank Kamren for joining us on this bonus episode.
Thank you, Cam.
But here's the thing, guys. He's going to join us for the first episode of Season 2. So I hope you enjoyed his voice, because you're going to hear more of it on the first episode of Season 2, where we play Majora's Mask, the sequel to Ocarina of Time.
Smelling salts.
We're going to jump right into Season 2. With smelling salts, so I hope you're ready for that.
I'm gonna nerd out even more on Majora's Mask.
I'm so excited.
It directly follows Ocarina of Time, and there's so much I want to say about Majora's Mask that like I don't want to give it away now.
I know.
So when that happens, dude, it's gonna be a nerd fest.
The nerd fest.
It's gonna be a nerd
fest. I'm so excited. Ocarina is one of my favorites, but Majora's Mask is so goddamn unique.
And I'm trying to ask you guys a little bit about it, but you guys like want to save it.
Yeah.
But all I know is that it's going to be darker.
I will tell
it
you.
Is darker.
I will tell you, it's darker. It's more eerie. It's a lot more. If I had to like say it in one word, or I guess 2 words, I would call it like a psychological thriller.
Say less.
And there you go. That's the cliffhanger.
Woo!
If you guys want to hear our reactions to playing Majora's Mask, and for Kyle playing it for the first time, be sure to listen to the next episode, which is going to be releasing in 1 week after this episode. So stay tuned.
First episode of the second season.
First episode of the second season. So not only are we going to play Majora's Mask, but we're also going to spin the wheel at the end of that episode to determine what the second episode is going to be. So this is an episode that you definitely want to stay tuned to. And Cameron's going to join us for that. So that's going to be fantastic.
So just real quick, shout out to all the fans that are still listening from Season 1, man. We love y'all. Thank you for the support. We'll see y'all soon.
And here's to all the new listeners for Season 2. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and follow us wherever you can find us. We're on TikTok, Instagram, X, and YouTube.
Woo!
And we got that description, or the link in every description, where you can send us a direct message. And if you do, especially if it's a game recommendation that you want Kyle to experience, we will give you a shout out. So there you have it. Cameron, any final thoughts?
No, I am super excited for Majora's Mask, dude. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. Like,
I love it.
Just watching you play through this one, and again, kudos to you, man. Like, just watching you go through it, and you're like, no, what if you do this? And like, just being able to do that was just awesome. So I know moving into this next one, I can't wait to see what happens.
We lost a couple sticks, and if you know, you know.
R.I.P. those sticks. Man, they burn very fast. See you guys later. Goodbye!